All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video as we come at you the day after the 2025 draft concludes. And we're brought to you by Pig in a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. And they do run out. So get there early. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. Also, we are brought to you by LearnKey Upskill Academy. Great news for Krug Show subscribers. Our sponsor, LearnKey, is offering a free cybersecurity course valued at $99. The course is titled Protecting Yourself and Your Organization. It's a 1 hour long course, and it gives you essential tips on how to keep you and your company safe online. It's a limited time offer, so don't miss out. Click the link in the description of the video to claim your free course and start learning today at upskill.learnkey.com. All right. Battling a little bit of a cold, but it's the day after the draft, and this is a day where 49ers have put together their undrafted free agent list, and there's a number of interesting guys on the list. We're going to start with Stone Blanton, the linebacker from Mississippi State, 6'2", 230 pounds. He's got a deal. Not only did the Niners sign him to a deal, they gave him $92,000 guaranteed. So they really, really like this player, and he was a very productive linebacker at Mississippi State. In fact, I'm going to put his game. I'm going to share his game log so you guys can see what he did this last year. In the Egg Bowl, 14 tackles, 5 solo, 9 assists. Against Missouri, 18 tackles, 3 solo, 15 assists. Tennessee, 9 tackles. Massachusetts, 14 tackles. Arkansas, 10 tackles. Texas, 10 tackles, half a sack, and a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Toledo, 10 tackles. Florida, 8 tackles. ASU, 8 tackles. This guy had 124 tackles. He's a tackling machine. So there you go. I mean, may not have quite the size at 6'2", 230, may not have quite the speed. But man, Stone Blanton was all he did was make tackle after tackle after tackle after tackle. Really eager to see what he can do maybe on special teams. So that's the first one. He's the first guy on the list. Stone Blanton, what a name. And he gets $92,000 guaranteed, and he's a tackling machine. All right, a couple other guys on the list. Jakob Robinson, a corner from BYU. The Niners, beat out 4 or 5 other teams to get Jakob Robinson. 5'10", really small, 165 pounds. But the ball production is off the charts. The guy has 11 interceptions in his career. So Jakob Robinson, smallish corner from BYU, but a lot of ball production. A guy that I don't know a lot about is Sebastian Valdez from Washington, but he's a 300-pound defensive lineman. This last year, he had 48 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pass defense, 6'4", 304 pounds out of Washington. So Sebastian Valdez is one of the newest 49ers. Drew Moss, the offensive lineman from Colorado, 6'4", 300 pounds. If you looked at the short shuttle, he had a great short shuttle time. The 49ers like offensive linemen and guards specifically that have the fast shuttle time. Last year, they took Nugent. They took Kingston, Bryson Mays, and, of course, Dom Pooney. All those guys had great short shuttle numbers. And if you look at Connor Colby, who was the 6th-round guard the Niners took out of Iowa, what did he have? He didn't have overpowering arm length. He had kind of short arms, but he had great movement ability. And Drew Moss for Colorado State, it says Colorado here in the list I'm looking at, but it's Colorado State, has a lot of the same things. You know, he's a starter. He was a major key cog on their offensive line, a little bit shorter arms, which is why he didn't get drafted. But the movement ability is really, really good, which is why he was attractive to the 49ers. So I think that's an interesting one. Drew Moss, look for what he might be able to do this summer. Corey Kiner. Now, Corey Kiner, to me, is one of the real gets of the undrafted market for the Niners. Why am I big on Kiner? Well, It's funny. He's an interesting guy on a lot of fronts. Um, there are very few running backs that run with power, even though they're smaller backs. But Corey Kiner is one of those guys. He only weighs 208 pounds, but he runs with absurd power. He also has great body balance, and great contact balance. Um, I'll stop sharing the screen on the Stone Forsyth stats, and I'll share the screen on a little bit of Corey Kiner on this highlight that we're bringing off James Foster's uh, Twitter. Here's Corey Kiner. And look at just look at the strength. Look at the contact balance. This guy doesn't go down. Look at that. Look at this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys around him. He caught the ball underneath, hit that guy, second guy, third guy brings him down. Boom, one guy, two guys. He's still going. Three guys, third guy brings him down. Here we go. One guy, two guy. He outdoes that guy. No, he doesn't get him. Third, fourth, fifth guy brings him down. This is awesome. Look at that hit. And he just kept going. So Corey Kiner, I'm a real fan of Corey Kiner, and you can see why. Look at this guy. This was a guy who was he was Mr. Ohio in high school. So this was like the best high school football player in the state of Ohio when he was a senior. Could have gone anywhere and did. Went to LSU. Went to LSU for a year and then transferred to go play at home for the Cincinnati Bearcats. And there's a lot to love. That is a good back. This guy's going to make it. Just on this alone, I think he would make it. He's got good power, good speed. He can catch the ball. The contact balance is off the charts. This is a good little film. This is almost a 2-minute long film of Corey Kiner doing his thing. And look at that. The contact balance is great. You can't get this guy down with the first hit. He's taking some big hits here, and he doesn't go down. The first guy almost never gets him down. So Corey Kiner. Remember that name. Corey Kiner from Cincinnati. I thought that was a really good get by the Niners. And not only, if you look at some of the numbers, the missed forced tackles, number one in all of college football this year, Ashton Jeanty, 125 forced missed tackles. Cam Scatabo, number 2 with 82. Tied with Cam Scatabo, Corey Kiner. With 82. So only Ashton Jeanty forced more missed tackles this year than Corey Kiner. Avoided tackle rate leaders, which is another great category. Minimum 300 rush attempts from 23 and 24 seasons. So the last 2 years. This is avoided tackle rate leaders of running backs that were in this draft over the last 2 collegiate seasons. Number 1, Ashton Jeanty, 39.5%. Number 2, Bashul Tutin, 36.5%. Number 3, Cam Scatabo, 34.5%. Number 4, Corey Kiner, 34.1%. So Corey Kiner's got contact balance. He's tough. He was a great athlete in high school. I think that's a great get. So the Niners get Corey Kiner, undrafted free agent, 5'10", 213 pounds, 1,100 plus yards this last year on 204 carries, 4 touchdowns, 16 receptions for 111 yards. He's a good player. All right, so you're seeing there's already some good, interesting names on the Niners undrafted list. I'll give you a couple other names. These are guys that were invited to try out during rookie minicamp. Bentley Hanshaw, a linebacker or a tight end from Liberty. Don't know much about Bentley Hanshaw. I'll have to do more. Tristan Sinclair is a pretty athletic, undersized Stanford linebacker who got invited to the Niner minicamp. Jack Howell is a defensive back, great athlete from Colorado State. He was signed as an undrafted free agent. 2 last ones that I think are really good. One is Ty French, who's a pass rusher, kind of an undersized pass rusher More of a defensive end at 6'1", 225. And he might be a special teamer. He might be a linebacker. He might be a designated pass rusher. Not really sure. But Ty French is a pretty solid college football player. And probably the most impressive guy on this list, I'll leave the best for last. The Niners signed Isaiah Neyor from Nebraska. And we talked about this guy a lot yesterday. He led Nebraska this year with 5 receiving touchdowns. He had 455 receiving yards. He played in 12 games, 9 starts. It just, this guy is an interesting guy. Okay. Isaiah Neyor. He grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. His parents, Gabriel Neyor and Patricia Mulaba, I should say. And he was focused more on basketball and track and field than in football as a childhood. In his childhood, he went to Lamar High School in Arlington, Virginia, multi-sport player, 2-star recruit, went to Wyoming. And he was getting recruited by Incarnate Word, Western Illinois, Henderson State. Wyoming decided to take a chance and offered him a full ride. His first and only FBS offer. And sure enough, he was part of Craig Bowles' 2019 recruiting class, and he had 2 really productive years at Wyoming. Then he went to Texas, transferred to Texas over USC, and then he tore his ACL in his first season in Austin and rode the bench. Then he transferred to Nebraska for his 6th year in 2024. He graduated with a degree in child, youth, and family studies. Opted out of their bowl game, and he was maybe going to come back for a 7th year of eligibility. Decided at the last second to enter the NFL draft. He accepted an invitation to the East-West Shrine game. This guy, though, is a physical monster. 6'4", 218 pounds. Huge hands, 9.5-inch hands. Long arms, 35-inch arms, 34 3/8-inch arms. 83.5-inch wingspan. So, and then you look at the vertical, he's got a 38-inch vertical. So this is one of the great athletes in this class. I mean, think about the catch radius on this guy. He's already 6'4", 220. Then he's got 35-inch arms and almost a 40-inch vertical. This is a guy that you got to get in camp and see what he looks like. Elite, and Brugler says elite athletic profile, especially for a player of his size and stature. Track background, long strider, quickly chews up cushion, can blow past coverage, will go get it. Crazy wingspan, expands catch radius beyond that of most receivers. So he doesn't have an impressive body of work. Only 87 catches in 6 college seasons. He's a little inconsistent playing through contact at the catch point. He did have an 8 non-contact ACL tear in his right knee in August of 2022 and later re-injured the same knee. Missed almost all of the 23 season. 1-year starter at Nebraska. Outside receiver. 95.7% of his snaps were out wide. In Marcus Satterfield's pro-style spread, he played. Late bloomer. They thought he was going to be a huge star for Quinn Ewers. Never really happened. He's just an imposing physical specimen. It's funny because Brugler says arguably the most physically gifted athlete in the entire NFL draft class. But aggressive defenders can negate his physical advantages, and his inconsistencies in his game make him a better talent than a football player. Upside as a receiver. Has to prove himself as a gunner on special teams. Interesting undrafted guy, really. I mean, the size profile, I watched film on him last night for about 20 minutes. The size profile is really intriguing. 6'4", 220 with 35-inch arms and a 38-inch vertical. I mean, this guy's catch radius is for days. And then you look at the 40 is 4.4 flat. You got to be kidding me. This guy is big, fast, long, with hops. Can't wait to see this guy, Isaiah Neyor from Nebraska. Something says Isaiah Neyor from Nebraska might be somebody to watch this summer in 49er camp. All right, there you go. That is the class of undrafted free agents for the 49ers. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to LearnKey. Thanks to all of you for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.